G'day folks, I've cut my beard off. How do I look? Do I look like George Michael? Well no, because it's too dark, you can't see anything. That's because this morning I've come over to Lake Murumie for a morning sunrise carp fishing session, and I've got here a bit too early. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Right folks, I'm early, but that's okay, because that gives me plenty of time to set up. I catch a lot of carp over here in the winter months. The videos probably make it look easy, but it's not that easy. A lot of people miss out. There's a few secrets to catching carp in the winter, and in this video I'm going to run through a few of the secrets and give you a few tips to help you catch more carp during the colder months. Right, now I've just finished re-rigging. I had to re-rig both of my rods because I was using different rigs the last time I used them. It's too early, but that's okay. Both rods have got a paternoster rig with a bit of corn. I think I've got about 4 or 5 kernels on each hook. I don't know whether you can see that in this low light or not. Now, if you want to learn how to tie a paternoster rig, if you go onto YouTube and search for one of my old videos, just type into the search engine, Robbie Fishing, one word, Robbie Fishing, how to tie a paternoster rig. You should be able to find a video that I made a few years back about how I tie my paternoster rig. Here's rod number 2 going out. So both rods, paternoster rig and corn on each rod. And fill the hook up with corn. I like to put 4 or 5 kernels on to really load that hook right up. Right, now both my lines are in. Let's go through a few tips. There's a few things you need to know in order to put yourself in the best position to catch carp this time of the year. I like corn. I've got a lot of carp on worms, but I find that during the winter months, corn outperforms worms by at least 5 or 6 to 1. The carp just seem to prefer corn during the winter months. But the biggest tip is the time of day. Sunrise or the early morning always seems to be the best. I'll come down here, whether it's here at Lake Murumie or in a lagoon on the Ovens River, what I find is that when you first get here this time of day, it'll be slow. Once the sun hits the water, you normally get a bit of a bite window. It might happen the moment the sun hits the water, or the sun might be on the water for an hour or two before you get that bite window. But usually between sort of sunrise and 10 o'clock in the morning, at some stage, there'll be a bite window of an hour or two where you'll catch a carp or 2 or 3. I find that just about every time. If I come down here in the afternoon, I might sit here all afternoon and not get a bite. Even the sunset bite, I come down here late in the afternoon and fish sunset, I might not get a bite. In the summer months I will, but in the winter I usually don't. But in the morning, I always seem to get a bite. I always seem to get a bit of a bite window, and it's usually about half an hour after the sun hits the water, or somewhere around, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, somewhere in that area. So I like to get here early in the morning, fish 2 rods with corn, and give it till 10 or 11 o'clock. If nothing's happened by 10 or 11 o'clock, well then I may have missed the boat. Maybe it's just not the right day. I also find sunny mornings are the best. I knew this morning was clear. I got up early. The first thing I did was go over to the kitchen window, look outside and see whether it was cloudy or not. Cloudy mornings are okay. I still catch carp on cloudy mornings at the same sort of time, first thing in the morning, but I like sunny mornings better. Calm, I like it nice and calm, and I find still water is better in the colder months. Flat, shallow, still water, and Lake Murumie is perfect. I'm probably only fishing in 2 or 3 feet of water, but it's shallow and it's got to have the sun shining on it, and I reckon that's ideal. When I'm down in the lagoons on the Ovens River, I find the same time of day, the same bait, but the water's a lot deeper in them lagoons, although the shallow sort of margins of the lakes, of the lagoons, seem to be better. So folks, there's a few tips from me about catching winter carp. The morning is the most important. It always seems to be the best time of day for me anyway. Corn outperforms worms, and shallow still water is best. With regards to rigs, I don't think it's going to matter whether you're using a running sinker rig or a paternoster rig as I am now, or any other kind of fancy rig. As long as you've got a hook in the water with corn on it, I think that's the most important part. Rig not so important, time of day critical. So I like to get here before sunrise, sit back now, and I might not get a bite for an hour, and then I might get 2 or 3 bites and catch a couple of fish in the space of half an hour. Who knows? Anyway, let's see if my theory pays off. I just had a really small nibble on the rod on the right here, and the line just pulled tight and then it dropped back slack again. So something's just sort of sniffing around. I just had a look at the weather. Current temperature is 2.5 degrees. So it's colder than the fridge, but it's not a frost. You probably can't see because it's dark, but there's a mob of kangaroos just there. Of all the times I've fished here at Lake Murumi, which has been hundreds, I've never seen kangaroos here. There they go, they've just taken off. I've seen them over the other side there in the bushland, and I've seen them over here in the bushland, but I've never actually seen them come up to the water's edge on the lake while I've been fishing. I just watched that bird stick its head up in the air, open its mouth and like threw a fish up and then swallowed it, and then disappeared again, like a submarine. I wonder where it is. Where did it go? It's like the Loch Ness monster. It's the Murumi monster. Where did it go? There it is. Look, another one. It sticks its head up, throws a fish in the air, then swallows it, and it's gone again. It's like a submarine. Look, 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 look. Whoa, got him. Yes, an early one. He's not a monster. Gee, there was no nibbling, he just went bang. He just, the line pulled and just kept pulling. I haven't hooked that bird that was swimming around earlier, have I? It's not even a big fish. I was putting up a bit of song and dance now. It's all about the mornings. I wasn't expecting one quite this early, but that's okay, I'll take it. Beaching, beaching, beaching. He's landed, not a monster, probably about 48, 50 centimetres maybe. Certainly a very underweight fish. There you go, folks. A Lake Murumi May mud mullen. It's only 3 days before winter. Corn on sunrise. Check that out. It's actually not a very healthy looking carp. It's very skinny. They're all pale out of here because the water's quite dirty, but very lean. Anyway, mate, you're about to be a lot more unhealthy. Well, there we go, an early one on the board. That's good, because I don't like the wind forecast for later on. It's a bit lighter now, so you might be able to see my rig. That's a basic paternoster rig. There's a sinker at the bottom. There's a loop coming off the side. On that loop I've got a hook about not quite an inch long with 5 or 6 corn kernels on it. Then I just cast that way out there. I'm now settled back down waiting for the next carp to come along. But I want to give a big shout out to Kurt Ebo. He left a comment in a recent video. It said, roses are red, violets are red, the shrubs are red, the bushes are red. Oh God, my garden's on fire. Well, here it comes. Here comes the sun. I can just see it shining through those trees. Pretty soon the sun will be on these trees around here, and then it'll be on me. Current temperature in Rutherglen is 1.8 degrees. It's cooled down a bit. When the sun first comes up is always the coldest time of the day, but then it starts to warm up a bit. Sun's out. It's Beatles o'clock. Here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun, and I said it's alright.
That's alright, it's bloody beautiful. And I've had to change the angle of the dangle a little bit because I was looking straight into the sun. I was sitting there, in between all the bags. So I've sort of moved across to right angles so I can watch my rods without going blind. check this out. I accidentally tipped the tin of corn over before. I know these little wrens have moved into my where my chair was. Here we go, just had a nice bite on the corn. It's still there, it's still there. The buzz rods have got corn. Look how slack it's just gone. It's funny how I say that. Just had a nice bite on the corn here. It's just starting to tap again. The line's gone really slack, but I haven't reeled it in. I'll reel up the slack in a moment, but I just want to watch it, because I reckon whatever it was is still going to be there. Here it goes. It's just pulling tight again. Look at the line pulling tight. Look, look, look. Something's playing with it. The line's pulling tight. There's something still there. Here we go. Just had a nibble in my corn here again. Here we go. He's playing with it. He's playing with it. There he goes. He's oh, gee whiz. I missed him. I struck that hard. I didn't realise there was so much slack. I struck that hard. I nearly threw me rod in this guy. Oh, don't cloud over. Whatever it was took all my corn, except for 2 bits. Alright, put some more corn on. Here we go. Oh look, I had a bite on here, so I got up and there was a big swirl. There was something just there. Must have been a carp or something. And here he goes, look. Something's biting. Come on, get this time. Gonna get it this time. I can't even see the line. The sun's just in that horrible angle. He's pulling. I can just see the top end of the line pulling. Got him. Oh, I lost him. Bugger it. I had a bite, and as soon as I got up, something swirled and someone weighed just there. So there was must have been a carp just in the shallows there. Definitely a bite window around about 8 AM. I've had 4 or 5 bites now. I hooked that one and then lost it. Giving a nibble on the other rod. Here we go. Here we go. He's mine. Got him. This is the rod that hasn't... Oh, he got off. Oh, no, he's still on. He's just small. It's only a real little fish. Oh, no, he got off this time. No, he's still there. The baby carp. This is the rod that hasn't really had any action. Been getting a few bites on that rod. Just a little carpy. There we go. There we go, that's a dirty carp. Just got to keep my eye on that rod. Might have had a nibble there actually. Anyway folks, carp number 2, it's about 20 past 8. There's definitely a bite window open right now. I better get my line in. Carp number 2, see you later mate. Righto folks, corn going back in. Most of the action's been on this other rod. That was the only bite that I've had on this rod. But the current time is 8:24 AM. And that goes back to what I said in my introduction this morning about the bite window. I started fishing well before 7. I caught my first carp before sunrise, and then I didn't get another bite for about an hour. Then around about 10 to 8, I got a nibble. I think between 10 to 8 and 20 past 8 now. I've had 4 or 5 bites. One I've hooked and lost, one I've hooked and landed, and a few that I've missed. Absolutely, there has been a morning bite window open up again this morning. Sitting here waiting for carp number 3 to come along. Will there be a carp number 3? Who knows? What do you call a man with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. It's a fox right there. This fox just come running along the bank there. I'm just sitting here watching my rods. I look up and there's a fox, and I thought he was going to walk right out here, but he got the edge of the grass, one of them rushes, and that said, there's a big guy without a beard, because I cut it off. And he turned around and ran away. That was really cool. Shit. Whoa, oh, I snapped my line. Did you see that? I grabbed the rod like that, so the drag wouldn't work. And I just looked up, I was actually watching a video on my phone. It was The Rock singing a song with his daughter. And I look up and my rod was going, whoa. So I raced over, and instead of grabbing it like that, I grabbed the line and the rod, and it snapped the line because it couldn't pull line. Oh. Just had another bite on that rod. I just had another bite on the rod that I lost that big fish on a minute ago. I literally just put it in. I just put it in, then I just sat down, I looked up, and I was getting a bite. Well, it's 9:15. I caught one fish early, and then nothing until 10 to 8, 7:50 a.m. Between 7:50 and 8:45, which is the shade under an hour, I hooked 3 fish. I landed one, lost one, broke the line on another one, and had quite a few other nibbles. There was an epic bite window that lasted 55 minutes. Since 8:45, in the last 30 minutes, not a single nibble. The bite window opened at 10 to 8 and it shut at 8:45. Haven't had a touch since. If I sit here long enough, I reckon I will catch another fish, and I might sit here for a while yet because it's a beautiful morning in the sun, but the bite window is definitely closed. Here we go. Got him. I can't let him snap me line, but I can't let him take too much line either, because I haven't hardly got any on my spool, but this might be the biggest fish today. Oh, this is a bit dodgy, this, because I can't let him take too much line. I'm going to run out of line. Well, I've already lost one. I don't want to lose another one. I don't go into the weeds. Don't go in there. Well, this is definitely the biggest one of the morning. Isn't it funny, even though I only ever catch carp here, apart from 1 or 2 redfin and 1 yellow belly that I can remember, it's all been carp, I still sneakily just hope that it might be something else. I might never find out. He's gone into all those reeds. Slowly but surely I'm getting him in. He's some out of that first lot of reeds, now he's into the second lot here. Come on, untangle himself. He's tangled up in those reeds, but I reckon he'll get here. I can see some pretty big fins. Oh no! How the hell does that happen? Even though it's only a stinking carp, I am contemplating taking my shoes and socks off and walking out there. Might be a stupid thing to do though. He's coming out, I think. I think I'm getting the upper hand here. I think he's out. He is too. I was going to go in. I was honestly going to go in. I've had a visual on the mouth and a couple of fins, but I haven't had a good look at the size of the fish yet. It's big, I know that much. It's certainly a lot bigger than the other two. I'm looking directly into the sun here, so if the picture's all a little bit black and white, I apologise. That's just contrast. About to get my first visual Or not. Oh, so tempting to just heave it so I can get a good look. I'll see the mouth. I think it might be similar size to the first one, but in better shape. Oh no, he's quite a bit bigger, I think. Because that first one was very skinny. Alrighty, drag him over the runway and prepare for landing. You got your landing gear down, buddy? That is a big carp. Look at the size of that. Oh, look, the hook's only just in his scoffer as well. Oh, mate. Oh, that is a huge carp. Look at the size of that. Just I wish I had some scales. That is big. Big and fat, and he's even got a bit of orange on his tail there. Like a goldfish. See the orange around his tail? That is a big carp. Big carp. Right, well, I started fishing before 7 AM. I caught that one carp early and then nothing for about an hour. At 7:50 AM, I started getting a few bites. Between 7:50 and 8:50, that 1 hour sort of window, I hooked 3 fish. I landed one small fat carp. I had one snap my line and one just got off, and I had quite a few other bites. Then at 10 to 9, they shut right down again. Then at about 9:30, I picked up that absolutely massive carp. So I caught one either side of the bite window, but during that 1 hour from 7:50 AM until 8:50 AM, using corn, I waited for the bite window, and the bite window opened for an hour, and I had a lot of action. Folks, I hope you found this video informative and useful and got a few tips to help you catch a winter carp. Thanks very much for watching. If you've liked the video, why not give me a big fat thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.